Join me today as we look at a figure that really actually is a big bummer.
This sucks.
Well, I'll show you why. And because this thing is not that great, I'm gonna show you a really quick way to upgrade it at a really reasonable price. Here we go, looking at this Miss Ayase Momo from DanDaDan. First in the line, we do have Okarun on his way, but that is the transformed version. And look, sound off in the comments if you prefer first to get Okarun in his base form. I mean, that's what I want, and they better make it. We also not only have this SHFiguarts version coming, and I'll show you the back of this box while I keep talking. So, what was I saying? I distracted myself. SHFiguarts they're making this, okay? And Okarun. And then we have the other company, Figma, announced Okarun, and then they showed an illustration of her, but not a figure version of her. So same outfit. I really hope that version is better than this. And again, I know I told you that this one wasn't no good. So we gonna get in it, and I'm gonna show you why not so good. And it's gonna really push me to find a way to make a custom version. Fingers crossed. Anyway, slide the sides open and you get all of your instructions, okay? Over here it says a bunch of hands, and over here it says faces. And that's it. There's nothing else in this box. What's something special that she does? Hand things? No effects in here whatsoever. That's SHFiguarts, I guess. And it's just not like she's $35. She's more than that. How much was she? I don't remember. Let's take her out of the package. Remove that top flap, remove all the plastic. So she's like fully sandwiched in this piece of plastic, which is nice, I guess. This is where I Let's start off with the hands. Why not, right? So over here, you got some, I guess they're fists. They basically look like fists. The thumb seems like it's a weird spot though, so that's what's throwing me off here. Like, wouldn't that thumb be underneath your knuckle? Maybe that's how she punches. I don't know. But that's what we got, okay? So stop talking about it. Up next, we got a couple of flat hands, which are good, gesture, stop, motions, things. Then, from there, issue number one that I have. These hands. I mean, not the shape of the hands, not the sculpt, the colors, oh god. The problem with these hands, they're massive for her body. I mean, the scale just seems like way too big. You get a left and right of this, which looks like she would be grabbing something just slightly, but she doesn't have anything to grab. I don't know. Maybe she just touches her hair. She can like moving out of the way. Up next, we've got a pointing hand, which looks like this in a pointing gesture. Pretty basic. Okay. Next, we have this, which is a peace hand, and pretty classic. I mean, come on, we're in anime anyway, so of course you're gonna have this. And she's Japanese, so boom, peace hands. You gotta have it. Up next, we'll look at these faceplates. Okay, so this is gonna be the highlight of the figure so far. What I mean by that is we have a range of expressions. So here she's laughing so hard, she's got some tears coming out of her eyeballs. Which, sculpt-wise, great, color-wise, the mouth, all that stuff looking really, really nice, okay? Fan of that. Over here, we've got this just kind of confused, or maybe like a fighting look. Details look good. I mean, the colors are fine. Oh, I'm really curious about how they do because look, no earrings, just little specks of an earring. So the way they treated the earrings on this thing might be like genius engineering. Anyway, eyes are locked to the left. And then here you got, just a kind of a happy smiley face with maybe like a little bit of coloring on the cheeks. So you could use it as like an embarrassed kind of smile. Moving on. We have this one, which is a nice, fun expression. So I also would like more extreme stuff. Like this is one of those animations where they don't always do it, but when they do, it lands very well with the exaggerated over-the-top expressions. This is the closest we're getting to that, which really isn't even exaggerated. It's just kind of like a, oh man. It's almost like what you got from the very first episode when she's walking through the hallway at school. Up next is the face that's on her by default, which is just a basic sculpt. Looks fine. It's okay. It looks like her right cheek is bigger than the left. That's weird. It's not happening over here. Is her face not on all the way? Something happened in the mold here. It's like that right cheek is puffier than the left cheek. Look at that. See? It like totally changes. It's like an asymmetrical face. Anyway, ugh. So we won't be using that face that much. The earrings are on. There's like way more detail in the earrings here than I've ever seen in the animation. Are they supposed to be alien earrings, or are they supposed to be just green? What's happening? Hands on by default are just these, I don't know, basic female anime hands, just whatever. Words. I continue the review with words. Let's talk about the details of the rest of the figure. So we have the bow looking good, the collar, all that. Right out of the bat, I'm sure to you, she looks like she's going to be very clunky in this upper area. The sculpting is very bad. There's also paint issues. So like this is painted and that's pink plastic. It's very, very obvious. Back, a lot of cuts, no big deal there. I think the shoulders are going to be my biggest concern. The skirt's fine. It's what they usually do. They do this like split thing so you can kind of hide, but it doesn't really matter that she has the articulation range because of the skirt, because the top, this is like, it's kind of soft, but not gonna really do anything. Anyway, it does seem like there's a little bit of paintwork in the skirt, which is nice. So thanks for that, I guess. Did we talk about the hair? We didn't talk about the hair. So let's talk about it. Looks fine. Was that worth bringing back up? No, was not. On down to the legs, we've got some weird, like, kind of single knee joint things. You know, well, more than 90 degrees. So I'm happy about that. But for a company that has made a very surprisingly well done figure that you would think is clunky, this guy, Tanjiro, right out of the box, you look at him and you're like, oh, he's probably not going to have great articulation. He's one of the best in the business, for sure. And then you get this and you're like, oh, yeah. Anyway, down to the socks, the what are these, leg warmer kind of things. I forgot what they're supposed to be called, but then you have her school shoes on. So these are not school shoes. Just kidding. These are what she wears to go to school, and then you change them because you have to wear different schools. You have to wear different shoes when you're in school. Anyway, good God. What's the point of talking about shoes that much? Articulation. Let's get into it. Actually, before we get into it, I am very curious about this thing. The necklace. What are they called? Earrings. So they're sculpted into the back of the hair. Honestly, very smart. You don't really see the one on the right. They still painted it, which is pretty wild. She has a very long neck peg, which is going to make it much harder to find a way to customize her with a different body, because that neck peg is crazy long. Okay, articulation. So the head does not have much range, despite the really long neck peg. Like, all you can do is just kind of this thing. Girl. But you cannot lean it to the left and right because of her hard pieces of hair down here. She can look down okay. Again, there's like something is like pushing against, and then she can't look up really at all. So this sucks. And then these shoulders, look at this. She's got those droopy pits. The heck is this? Out of all the things that SHFiguarts as a company has been able to make, this is what they're doing? They're allowing this, and then you can see the flesh tone underneath. This is so stupid. For an animation that is doing, I think, very, very well, this is such a stupid way to do this top. Moving on. So the shoulders, despite all that, kind of suck because you can't even get some crossed arm out of it. Do they go back? I don't know. I'm just like, sucks, man. It's a bummer. This is a bummer fig. The rotation there up at the sleeve thing, and then you got the bicep swivel, just crazy. You're just ruining the sculpt big time for nothing. This awful pink plastic, and the wrist joints are fine because they're standard pegs. Then the body, let's see what we got. To the left, oh God, there's nothing. What is this? She doesn't pop apart as easily as like some Dragon Ball stuff, but you're gonna ruin this figure immediately. Here's why. Look at that. See? All I did was twist this thing around, the paint chipped off. So that's a huge issue. She does that cutout joint doesn't do anything for articulation, and then on top of that, it's just there to damage the plastic. So Awesome, man. Oh, really cool. Love it. Waist does rotate. There's, I don't know, a little bit of crunch-ish happening there. Not really enough to talk about in the video, but I'm doing it anyway. She can't kick out to the sides really at all. She can't kick forward really at all. I mean, this is kind of classic DanDaDan, right? You get just enough. There's like some rotation up there. You get this we talked about earlier. I'm so bummed, man. So maybe if I'm lucky enough, I'll be able to do a custom and then we can come back. But folks, this is what I'm talking about the huge hand. Look at that. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't seem as bad. Honestly, it doesn't. I'm gonna say it didn't look as bad on camera, but it does look bad on camera. It's huge, man. This is like crazy. That's how you know you got a big hand. It looks bigger than any of the other folded up ones. Like that hand does not open to that. Whatever. Talking too long about these stupid hands. Ugh. Can you get some poses out of it? Super basic stuff. How's that for an answer? I now want to show you the upgrade because I don't want you to miss out. This upgrade is something you can grab right now, so do it while it's cheap because I actually like this thing a lot. That is this figure upside down, right side up. Crazy figure. You can get this thing on 5K Toys or wherever right now, so I recommend doing that because it will just go up in price eventually, of course. It's a great item to use for customs, which is what it's really made for. It comes with loads of parts, multiple size parts, but lots of things. Now this is with new soft goods on it because I'm just trying stuff out. Because there will be a part to this video where I show you other ways, other figures to use and ways to give her some style. Here's the thing. DanDaDan, the show, Momo has like tons of different outfits. They never really pick one and stick with it. Now, this figure and the Figma version, they're gonna have that costume because I guess that's what they wanted, the brand wanted with them. They wanted her to be that. So the cool thing about this character is that as long as you find stuff that's kind of like her style, it works. But here's some shots of it in different looks, different outfits and stuff. So do I recommend it? Yeah, it's super cheap. Comes with these shoes, comes with the hands, comes with the body, which is actually really cool. The neck peg from her is the exact length and ball socket that you need. So you can literally just remove from here, and you might need to heat it up with like a hairdryer or something, but remove that whole peg and head, and then you can transfer it over here and it locks in place, which is fantastic. The choker, actually, this is just a tiny little hair tie. Thanks to my girlfriend donating that. Yes, I have a girlfriend. But the articulation range on this thing is stellar. It comes with the blue tank top, the blue pants, I guess, pants. So it's a perfect item. It's crazy. Some of the details, like this being soft, actually makes it a little bit more realistic, which is really weird. Look at that. It's got stomach fold. So be sure to watch out for part 2 when I show you all the different outfits and all the different figure bodies that we go through to find the best solution for her, because obviously this one is a little bit big, but whatever, it's awesome. If you enjoyed this review, but you want to see something where I was happy at the end of it, click the top link there. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.